All right, everybody. Welcome to Fantasy Face Off. The draft is officially here. Tonight, it's simple. Make your picks, you build your team, and you try not to embarrass yourself. On the clock right now, we have Christopher. So, Christopher will be picking his for round one. We have fifth pick. We're going to give Christopher 30 seconds. And in the meantime, we're going to go over the players that are off the board at the moment. All right. It appears Christopher has made his pick. It is now my turn as lead commissioner to make my pick. And with the seventh pick in the NFL Fantasy Face Off, I will be selecting. This is crazy hard because you only have 45 seconds. We're going to go with the reigning MVP for Fantasy Face Off last year, Jonathan Taylor. And now on the clock, we have Gregory, a dear friend of mine. And let's see what we got on board. This is something that's been in the making for a while, and everybody here is basically excited to compete. The loser of this fun competition will get a very fun pie to the face. And Gregory has 10 seconds on the board while we wait for Gregory's pick. We're going to pull up the board real quick and we'll see who we have available. Next up, Freddy's on the board. So let's see who's Freddy's going to be picking. So far, first pick went to Jamar Chase. Second pick went to Saquon Barkley. Third pick, Puka Nacua. Fifth pick, Jonathan Taylor. Sixth went to Christian McCaffrey. Amon-Ra St. Brown is off the board, so now will be Heather's pick. Huh? You pick Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's not bad.
LT says hello.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lawrence Taylor is watching us, everybody. So we got history in the building. The great one and only. It appears we have a pick. Heather is going to go with James Cook.
No times are hard, and it's a long road between loving,
Let's see.
working, and paying the bills.
And now it appears the one and only Shakespeare has a big decision to make. I'm going to go with a wide receiver because those go out very fast. So let's see who we have here on the board. All the good ones are taken. Oh boy. We're gonna go with Jameson Williams, wide receiver out of Detroit. Hopefully Jameson will, keep us entertained throughout the season. Next up, we have Zach's decent team. Zach has been helping me throughout the whole process of doing the fantasy draft, so it's going to be fun to see how draft goes. Zach has selected Derrick Henry, running back from Baltimore. Interesting choice, Zach. But we don't judge here, so we'll support you regardless. All right, clock's ticking. We got Christopher on the board. Let's see how that goes. Christopher has selected Trey McBride, tight end from the Arizona Cardinals. That's a big decision right there. So, would I have went with a tight end this early? No, but I'm sure Chris knows something that I don't know. Next on the clock, we have the Screaming Cats. If I'm correct, I believe is that Andrew? Andrew's pick. In the Screaming Cats, I was selected Javonte Williams, running back from the Dallas Cowboys. Next, we have Jalen on the board. Jalen had a pretty good first round, so we'll see if she can keep it up with the second round and probably get a decent player. Personally, I'm still looking for my playmakers. I'm hoping they come soon, because it's not looking good. Very slim pickings on the board. All right. Jalen has selected A.J. Brown, wide receiver from the New England Patriots. And right after, we got a quick pick with Zachary selecting Amarian Hampton, running back from Los Angeles Chargers. Sorry. Ooh, trying to find a good receiver, but it's just not looking like my wig. We have a lot of good names on the board, but at the moment, not too many are coming up. So with that being said, we're gonna go with the next pick being, it appears we have a back-to-back trade. Gregory has selected Brock Bowers, tight end from the Las Vegas Raiders. And Zach's honorable team has selected Josh Allen, QB from Buffalo. With that being said, this is right around the time where we do look for the great quarterbacks around that round. So we're hitting the third round. So we're trying to keep it quick and keep it moving. We do have a lot of good names on the board. Let's see. Me personally, I'm gonna go with the man who didn't let me down last year, Matthew Stafford. Didn't let me down last year. Hopefully no injuries and he doesn't let me down this year. Jalen has selected Ashton Genty, the running back from the Las Vegas Raiders. And quickly following him would be Andrew Screaming Cats selecting Chase Brown, the running back from the Cincinnati Bengals. The draft is moving pretty fast. We're up to the final end of the third round, and we'll see what we got going on. A lot of players picking. Oh, wow. Christopher has selected Joe Burrows, the QB from Cincinnati. And Zach's decent team has selected Nico Collins, wide receiver from Houston. Let's see if my guy is still there. Do apologize, everybody. Let's see who we have here available. We got 12 seconds left on the board. A lot of pressure. So we do need a backup QB. So who better to go with than the reigning Super Bowl champs? All right, with the third pick, the seventh pick in the third round, your one and only has selected George Pickens, wide receiver from the Dallas Cowboys. Showed a lot of potential last year. Hopefully he can do the same thing this year. The man was unstoppable when he wasn't injured. On the clock now, we have Gregory Grant's team. Let's see what Gregory goes with.
You know times are hard, and it's a long road.
Draft is moving much faster than I anticipated, I must say. How's it going? You're making a lot of Andrew's here with me in the studio, and Andrew's making a lot of picks that is not making my life harder. You want to join me?
Yo, I know nothing about this. So I've like auto-queued like I think twice now. I've only actually picked once.
Well, you're picking the good players, so I gotta give
They're
that
good
to
players?
you. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So, Freddie has selected Kenneth Walker, the running back from the Kansas City Chiefs. And right after him would be Heather, who selected Chris Olave, wide receiver with the New Orleans Saints.
Is that a good pick?
Heather's picks? No.
No.
Not in my
Oh,
opinion.
no.
I wouldn't say it, and I'm on the clock. So I have
Who
my
you picking? Who you picking?
I have mine queued up already.
How did you make your decision?
He was pretty good last year. They went pretty far, and he was a reliable guy from week in and week out. So I went with Matthew Stafford. The man didn't let me down last year. I can't tell you who I'm gonna pick for my backup yet because we don't want you guys to steal it. So we're gonna keep that hush hush for now.
How many years have you been fantasy footballing?
I think this will be my either second or third year. So
Oh, not that long.
I'm not that good at it, but compared to here, I guess I'm league commissioner worthy.
There's cool. There's a lot of names that I do not know.
Yeah, but usually they'll surprise you. So even if you do know the names, they also surprise you. Zach's on the clock, so we'll see who Zach goes with. Zach has about 15 seconds left to make a pick. In the means, Zach has picked. Zach has went Devontae Smith, the Super Bowl winner from the Philadelphia Eagles. And right before that, Christopher has went with his second quarterback of the day, selecting Lamar Jackson from the Baltimore Ravens. Wow.
Now, since I don't know anything, I'm gonna go with someone who has a pretty funny name. I'm going to choose Jalen Waddle.
That's the wide receiver, I believe. Who is he with?
I just saw something.
Denver. Yes, Jalen Waddle, who just got traded last year from the Miami Dolphins to the Denver Broncos. Very speedy guy. And then we have last year Super Bowl participant Drake May, the QB from the New England Patriots. Wow, the QBs are going out fast. Me personally, I'm a little behind, so it's time for me to pick a tight end. Ooh, wow, the good ones go out fast. Oh, I just queued with my players. Not gonna tell you guys until that time comes, but hopefully, I've been looking for this guys all year. He's just got traded on a new team, new quarterback, and he's gonna be the number one guy on that team. So I'm hoping he does me good, and I can get some decent amount of points off of him this season. All right. With the first pick in the 5th round, Greg has selected Ladd McConkey, the wide receiver from the Los Angeles Chargers. Very, very good pick. Did decent when he was healthy. This year, on the other hand, we'll see what happens. As we know, the NFL keeps us all on our toes. Between trades and injuries, we'll see how that goes. Jalen has selected Travis Etienne, the running back from New Orleans Saints. I'm hoping everybody, spread it across the board and they got a decent amount of players and backups for each of their positions. The board is very tight when it comes to players. Everybody's picking very fast. So right about now, my roster is looking, as you can see on the board, we have Matthew Stafford as running back, Jonathan Taylor as QB, Jonathan Taylor as running back. I still have yet to pick a running back, so we're gonna do that now. And luckily for me, the board is still pretty decent. compared to what it could have been. And I have a lot of late bye weeks. Fortunately, my team has just lost a valuable target we wanted to go for. Zach has chosen with the 6th pick in the 5th round, Cam Scatterbull, the running back from the New York Giants. So we're going to keep it Giant friendly, and I'm going to select Isaiah Likely, tight end from the New York Giants. I mean, he beat me to it fair and square. So all is fair in war, I guess. That's how the saying goes. Woo. We do have a lot of good running backs still left on the board, but not as good as we would like to have it. Oh wow. Josh Jacobs, the running back from the Green Bay Packers, which was gonna be my follow-up draft, has been selected. Followed by Malik Neighbors from the New York Giants, which Freddie has selected. I'm guessing Mr. Lawrence Taylor, the legend himself, had something to do with this, keeping it in the Giants family. Zay Flowers from the Baltimore Ravens is taken off the board. The wide receivers are going off the board like crazy. And then Heather has selected Colston Loveland, the tight end from the Chicago Bears. Wow, we're drafting very fast. It is now up to my turn. We're gonna go with a man I think I could rely on. They have a pretty good offensive line. So we're gonna go with DeAndre Swift, the running back from the Chicago Bears. Not my first pick, but I'm guessing he's gonna do me pretty good. They have a decent passing game, decent O-line, so we're about halfway through the draft, and we have some work to do, but could be worse. We have a pretty good lineup right now. Hopefully we gets better. Wow. We have the Screaming Cats on the board. Zach has selected the tight end out of Atlanta, Kyle Pitts. And right after that is Stephon Diggs from the Washington Commanders. Stephon has just been traded to the Commanders from the Patriots after he left the Bills, so he's moving all over the board this year. We're new QB, new offense, so we'll see. He's a good late round pick and an unpredictable one, and we're gonna see how he does this year. We have Heather on the board. Let's see who Heather's going with. Jalen Warren, the running back from Pittsburgh Steelers. Not a bad pick, and better than you would have thought it was. So, Krista, who's on the board? Jalen's on the board. Let's see who Jalen go with. Jalen is my contender for top 3 this year. She was very excited, so I'm hoping she does pretty decent in this draft. Jalen selected George Kittle, the tight end from San Francisco. Very good late round pick. He is a bit injury prone. He sat majority of last season out, so we're looking forward to see what he can do this year. But when he is healthy, he is a very dangerous and fast big dude, and you do not want to tackle him. Zach has selected T. Higgins, the wide receiver from the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, also when he's healthy, very dangerous, can get open downfield very easily, and very hard to tackle in open spaces. Would I have selected him this early? No, I would have probably saved him for the bench, but I'm not mad at it. If he likes it, I love it. it's a pretty good pick. We'll see how he does this year. Ooh, we still have a good amount of wide receivers left on the board, which is something you don't really see this late in the round. Me personally, I've seen a couple of players I got last year myself who I know can be reliable. Just in, we got Darron Price, the running back from the Seattle Seahawks, going to Greg. And also, with back-to-back picks, Greg has selected Quinshon Judkins, the running back from Cleveland Browns. I mean, going back-to-back with running backs it's risky, but hey, if he believes in his process, I believe in it too. It's not that much we could do for him. But we still do have a lot of good players left on the board. We're about to hit the flex time where we would pick our flex players and who we believe, but it's around that time. Me personally, I'm kind of nervous to pick. Sorry about that. So we have a lot of interesting moves. It's getting very, as you see, I got distracted myself. So a lot of guys who you want in the early rounds are going out. Now we have Jalen Hurts just got picked up. Wow. The Super Bowl champion. I'm going myself with a very risky move. Not one I would usually make. Wow. Wow. We're gonna go with the wide receiver from the Chicago Bears. We're gonna go with Rome Odunze, coming in from Notre Dame. Young guy. They did pretty well last year, and hopefully we'll be able to make something out of this team. I mean, so far, a lot of late bye weeks, so we're going to see if we can pick some new players. Freddie's doing pretty good, better than the USA. He's on the board right now, so we'll see what Freddie picks. As you know, Freddie has a lot of help coming from a whole NFL player. Didn't know we could do that. I wish I could call a Hall of Famer. And basically, I believe a Yellow Jacket winner. But unfortunately, I do not have that luxury. So for this one, we're going to go with the defense, which I wanted to go with, but it has been taken already. Wow. Not a lot of time to pick a good defense. Wow. I'm gonna go with the Titans. Robert Saleh is a defensive-minded head coach who just went to the Titans. He was in the San Francisco 49ers last year, and they did phenomenal. So I believe in Robert Saleh. He hasn't let me down last year, and hopefully he doesn't let me down this year. We're keeping the boards unpredictable, and the last thing I want to do is pick a defense last when I don't have any choice. On the board is Jalen. She's the one I'm looking out for the most. Between her and Mr. Lawrence Taylor, those are my two biggest competitors right now that I have to watch out for. So let's see who Jalen picks. Also, Justin Herbert got picked up by Zach. Mr. Trevon Henderson, the running back from the New England Patriots, just got picked up also. And then we have also Michael Pittman, the wide receiver from Pittsburgh, getting selected very late. These are some picks you wouldn't usually have available in the late draft, so I'm guessing everybody's doing a pretty good right now. For people who say they don't know how to play, they're doing pretty good, which is not good for me because that means I got to do a lot of late trades and a lot of pickups during the waiver. What happened to not knowing how to play, Mr. Andrew? We just picking silly names that just happen to be good? Okay, I see how it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we are past halfway through the draft. It is now 6:56, and we are now in the ninth round with pick 7 being selected by Greg's team. So we'll see what Greg has for us on the board. DJ Moore, the wide receiver from Buffalo, has been selected by Zach. We have Greg selecting Marvin Harrison Jr., the rookie from the Arizona Cardinals, which, wow. Interesting. I want a backup, so I'm going with the guy who did not let me down last season, and I'm hoping he doesn't let me down this season. So I have queued him up and everything. We'll see what he does for us. We have a lot of good players left on the running back position. We have a lot of good players left in the wide receiver position. So right now we're excited to see what we have left. Okay. And wow. Wow. So I'm gonna answer that. Cortland Sutton, the wide receiver from Denver, has just been taken off, along with his QB, Bo Nix. Jalen, let's slow down on the good picks, please. I want to have something left over for me. She's doing, I don't know what research she did, but she's doing extremely well. These are guys who balled out last season and hopefully, most likely, will ball out this season again. Who's on the board? We have Zach on the board, and he has selected the running back, the wide receiver that I had saved up and queued up. That's an interesting pick, Zach. So, with that pick going off the board, I am now on the board. So, let's see who we have available. We're going to go with a backup QB who did not let me down last season. So, we're going to select Jackson Dart, the QB from the New York Giants. And we're going to go right back to the search for a receiver because ours is now gone in the win. I mean, we do have a lot of good players left. One name that we're seeing pop up is, let me not say it, Brian Thomas, who did pretty good last season. As much as I was glad to him, I'm gonna go with the speedster Wan'Dale Robinson Jr., the wide receiver for the Titans, who just got traded. No, not traded, sorry. Who just got signed to the Titans. The Titans have a great defense, so I believe the offense will see a lot of snaps, a lot of play time for Wan'Dale, and basically he's gonna be reuniting with his old coach Brian. Over there. They have chemistry. He knows the playbook. He knows how Brian likes to play. And basically, he has 1,000-yard season for the past 2 seasons. So I'm guessing he's good at what he's doing. And he will be the wide receiver number 2. So he should get a lot of coverage being protected. Great great running back room. The offensive line, not the best. So, all right, so we have Zach going with the Rico Dowdle, the running back from Pittsburgh. A lot of good players going off the board. Let me see. Not a lot of good players left in the running back room right now. I'm hoping something opens up in the upcoming draft and the upcoming rounds coming up. Wow, so good players are going out fast, ladies and gentlemen, and it's hard to keep track. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, the QB from San Francisco, has been selected off the board, along with Michael Wilson, the wide receiver from Arizona. And Jalen has just selected Cam Little, the kicker from Jacksonville. Not a lot left on the board. Me personally, I'm gonna see what I can get, and let me not say because I can't seem to make a good pick today without it being taken. Someone's stealing my pick. I'm not saying names. That's just Mr. Irrelevant. He was picked last in his draft, the last person picked in the draft out of I think 400 and something people. But believe it or not, out of all odds, Mr. Brock Purdy came in as a third-string quarterback, and he just dominated. Took them to the conference championship. So I would say we call those people the last players selected in the draft. We usually call them Mr. Irrelevant, and especially when they blow up like this. So you selected Brock Purdy? Of course you did. Andrew doesn't know how to play everybody. Doesn't seem like it, but we're gonna go with that for now, because it doesn't seem like Andrew doesn't know how to play. On the board is Jalen, who selected my QB. Oh wow, this is not good at all. I may have messed up, ladies and gentlemen. This is not looking good for me. Wow. We do have a lot of good players left on the board. A lot of injury-prone players. We're hoping this season they can make a healthy comeback and be able to contribute to the team the way we know and trust that they can. On the board, Jalen just selected Baker Mayfield, and right after him, Andrew has selected Terrence Ferguson. I can live with that. Not crazy good, not crazy bad. Is not the way I would have gone, but it's the pick that he has to live with, and hopefully he can live with throughout the season, and he won't let him down. This is the time where everybody starts going for their kickers, for their defense, for their bench, and me, for my bench, I'm gonna select a man who, when he's healthy, makes a scary duo with Lamar Jackson. I'm gonna go with Mark Andrews. Wow, we are in the 12th round, everybody. So we only have 3 more rounds left, and it's going out very fast. Kenny Gainwell has just went to Greg's, and we have Chuba Hubbard just went to Freddie. Aaron Jones, sorry. The running back has went to Minnesota, and we have the kicker going to the Dallas Cowboys is Brendan Aubrey, one of the highest paid kickers, has gone to Heather. How does Heather keep getting these great kick players, you ask? I do not know. I'm hoping somewhere along the line I am now on the board, everybody, so I am looking to see if I can myself find a kicker to complement my roster. While I'm not satisfied with it, time ran out and I had to select the controversial man Harrison Butker, the kicker from the Kansas City Chiefs. Sorry. With Zach on the board, we're gonna do some shopping ourselves because we have a lot to make up for. I'm hoping we find someone to save us this year. Not a lot of saviors in this. We got a lot of vets and a lot of wide receivers available. Would it say they're the most? Sorry for that about it, everybody. We have Jalen on the board again. Jalen, while we wait to see what Jalen's pick, Andrew has selected Deebo Samuel, the wide receiver from the San Francisco 49ers. I don't know if Deebo's going to be playing this season, but he is a good pick. He did not look in shape the last time I seen him put on a few pounds. Jalen has selected J.K. Dobbins, the running back from Denver. And in that instance, we have Zachary selecting the Texans defense with the 9th pick in the 12th round. Next, we have Greg selecting the Rams defense, which I don't know why I did not go with that. Kyler Murray, the QB who just went to the Minnesota from the Arizona Cardinals, which is a interesting pick. We have yet to see what he can do with the Cardinals. This is gonna be his first years with the Cardinals, so it's gonna be an interesting team to watch. Juwan Johnson, the tight end from the New Orleans Saints, just went to Zach in the 13th round. And on the board is it me? I believe. No, Jalen's on the board, everybody. Again, Jalen got some very good picks this year, so she's gonna be a dark horse to look for because she made some extremely great picks. I don't even see me coming in top 3 this year because this is a draft. I gotta say, this is not my best draft. We'll look to see how we can improve doing trade week. We're doing waivers, and hopefully somebody surprises me this year. Wow. A lot of good names off the board, everybody. So I'm gonna go with the rookie. Hopefully he makes a big splash this year and basically able to give us some points coming off the bench. On the board is Heather's Hem Hotballers, and they have selected Josh Downs, the wide receiver from Indiana. With Daniel Jones coming back from an injury, this is going to be an interesting pick to watch out for. The Indiana Colts was phenomenal last season up until his injury. Hopefully, if he can recover and come back strong, I believe they can be just as dangerous. They still have their running back. They still have a good portion of their wide receiver room, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do. With Freddie on the board, he selected the Steelers defense, followed by Greg, who selected Jake Ferguson, the tight end from Dallas Cowboys. Not a lot of players left. For me, a lot of rookies on the board, so it's hard to say who we're gonna go for. Let's go with a backup tight end just in case. The league is a very tight end driven league this year. We have a lot of big men. Isaiah Likely, George Kittle, a lot of people, Darren Waller coming back. So it's all funny to see how the playbooks is gonna shape this year, how we're gonna improve, and plus, I'm a tight end university guy, so played tight end in high school and defensive end. So I'm on both sides of the ball, so I don't mind. We have Jalen on the clock again, so let's see what Jalen go with. Um, Jaden Reed from Andrew. Interesting pick. Wow. That's interesting. I have. It's very gonna be fascinating to see how he does this year with Jordan Love and the offense they have going on right now. And I guess we'll move into this last round, last two rounds. Hopefully, we'll see what's left and what we can work on. We have good wide receivers, good tight ends. Um, a lot of picks coming in. So McKay Lemon, the wide receiver from Philly who just got drafted, we're excited to see where he goes. Has been selected by Zach, and right before that we had Xavier Worthy, one of the fastest guys at the combine, going to Jalen again. Very good pick. We'll see if he's able to do impactful. We know he had a good impact with the Chiefs last year. We'll see how he does this year. It's going to be interesting to watch. Uh, Jalen's on the board again. Wow. We have TJ Hawkinson, the tight end from Minnesota. He's going to be picked by Jalen with the third pick in the 15th round, followed by Eddie Pinheiro, the kicker from San Francisco, going to Gato Screaming Cats. Interesting individual. Ty Johnson, the running back from Buffalo, going with Christopher and the fifth pick in the 15th round. Christopher is going on running back heavy, so we'll see how he does this year. This is a biased pick for me, but Najee Harris, the running back for the New York Giants, who's coming off an injury from the Los Angeles Chargers, I believe we have a great offensive line this year, and with John Harbaugh as our coach, we have a lot of potential. Freddie's team, which I'm guessing Mr. Taylor had something to do with this. Khalil Shakur, the wide receiver from Buffalo, going with the ninth pick. For a guy who did not have a lot of good picks, Freddie was ninth in the draft, so he not a lot of good picks. And he's doing pretty well so far. We'll see how his final roster comes out. We have one more round, ladies and gentlemen. And right now on the board is Freddie's team. And we'll see what they select. They have went with Fairborn, the kicker from Houston. Interesting. Right after that, we have Gregory's Grand team going with the Eagles defense with the third pick in the 16th round. I'm next. So I'm gonna see if I can get myself a good defense this year. They were very good last year, and I'm hoping they can be very good this year. We're going gold with the 49ers defense. That will be my final pick of this draft. Up next, we have Christopher on the board. Zach has one with the Buccaneers defense, and we have Christopher going with the Chiefs defense. We'll see how the Chiefs defense go. We know they have the potential to be very good. They have a lot of young players, and let's see how they come out this year. It's going to be interesting with Patrick Mahomes coming back. I'm excited because I know the Chiefs are very electric and entertaining to watch. Andrew's team is going to select the Patriots, the Super Bowl contenders from last year. Again, Andrew, I thought you don't know how to play. The Super Bowl contenders from last year, the New England Patriots, the Bill Belichick defense, which I'm sure is still in them. What can I say? They went to the Super Bowl last year, so maybe they're doing something right. They got to be doing something right. But we both know they're very offense driven, so it's gonna be interesting to see what they do this year. Jalen has went with the running back Jordan Mason from Minnesota, just in case, so she can have that in her back pocket. And right after that, we have Zach going with Harrison Mevis on the Los Angeles Rams. And this year, Mr. Irrelevant will be determined once Greg makes his pick. Let's see, Mr. Irrelevant for this year, we'll find out in about 10 seconds. But in the meantime, I do want to say this has been one of the most interesting drafts I have ever partaken. We have a lot of picks going to a lot of people. The trade season will look interesting. So Mr. Irrelevant this year is going to be Evan McPherson, the kicker from the Cincinnati Bengals. So what an interesting draft this has been. We look forward to see how these go out throughout the season. And basically, to keep up with Fantasy Face Off, you can basically follow us through our Facebook channel or YouTube channel with Amp Media or the Brooklyn Cafe TV show, where we'll discuss all of this. We'll have segments, we'll have winners and loser boards. You can also come and follow us through the ESPN. This draft and the league is public, so you are more than welcome to come and follow it. It will be called Amp Media's Fantasy Face Off, and we welcome you guys to join us. And basically, as we have a little competition, as you may not know, loser of the year goes to whoever loses, and they will get a pie to the face. That's going to be interesting to watch. My final roster is not horrible. I am very satisfied with it. So we're going to be very competitive, and we're going to be very fun, and we're going to keep it friendly. But we do thank you guys for joining us as we start this new phase of the Amp Media Foundation, where Fantasy Face Off.
I like my team.
Freddie likes his teams, everybody. He likes his team very much.
I got almost all my picks right, except for the first one.
For a guy who had a lot of late picks, he likes his team.
I don't even know how to
Well, that's it for us today, everybody. We thank you so much for joining us here at Amp Media Futures Foundation, and we look forward to hearing from you guys on how you think this season will play out. Who are your picks, or how your fantasy season is going? And follow us on our Facebook and YouTube to see how this goes throughout the rest of the season. Thank you.
Will I succumb to